Hi guys to everyone, I'm Ada from Poison Rock, and today I have the honor to have with me Ilkka. It's correct, I'm not wrong, right?
Yeah, it's actually pretty well pronounced.
Thank you, that's impressive for me.
Yeah.
Organizer from Helsinki Death Fest. I want to start, of course, first of all, asking you, Ilkka, how do you get in touch with music? Because, of course, like we were saying before, you're a musician as well. So,
Yeah.
going to speak actually about the organization and the festival itself. So how did you just decide to grab an instrument or a mic and just start to be in a music field?
I think I'm not even sure anymore. It's been years. Uh, we had a friend group. We were listening to a lot of different kind of music, and then just at some point, metal music kicked in, and then we were like, okay, this is the slope that we're gonna go for the rest of our lives. And I think I was 16 when I first played electric guitar, and that was it. And after that, like, well, I have ever since then I have dropped playing guitar. I can't play anything anymore. But like then I found out that I'm pretty decent vocalist. So,
Okay.
so yeah, that's how. And
You start.
yeah, festival and everything like this came in like with the first band, like trying to have shows. It was a pain in the ass, and
Yeah.
those years in Finland, like new guys coming to the scene, we were basically told at every place that go fuck yourself because it was
It,
it yeah, it was quite vibrant times. There was a lot of bands playing everywhere, so people were feeling like that there's no place for anyone anymore. So
that's
yeah,
that's
maybe
frustrating,
yeah,
man.
it was a rocky start. Yeah, it
Yeah.
took yeah, I did a lot of my own shows for it for a while, and then at some point I was like, hey, we can try do a festival. And
It's not easy. I mean, already doing a gig or an event, just one, is not easy because you have a lot of responsibility. But a
yeah,
festival,
it's
it's
been a curve.
even bigger. So, I mean, you decide, like you were saying, you decided to do a festival, and I mean,
Yeah,
how was it back then? Because of course there was a first edition, and I mean,
yeah.
just wake up one day and I said, okay, I want to just do that, and let's grab those bands.
Yeah, we have. I had this like idea that someday I want to do a festival, but I was not, of course, not sure that how to do it and if I'm able to do it. And but then we went to this first edition of Finnish Death Metal Maniacs back in 2014 or 15, I don't remember, but like something like that. And then we were like, yeah, this is not actually too much moving parts in here. We can do the same, but let's start a bit more smaller. And our first edition was, I think it was 2016. Yeah, it was in Oranssi, which is like this very small, like youth center basically.
Okay.
Uh, I think we had less than 100 people in attendance at the first year. It was very small, only local bands playing.
Ah, just the local bands. Okay, of course.
Yeah,
Of
yeah,
the area of Finland that the festival was taking place.
yeah. It was only a 1 day event.
Okay.
So I think like furthest the bands traveled from was from Oulu, so it was like 700 kilometers only, something like that. It's so
But,
not too much. Yeah, only local Finnish bands.
but
So
I mean, that's how we
yeah,
start. Everyone starts just from the beginning. And who else? I mean, of course, because who is involved in all this organization? Because I think we should give credit, first of all, to
yes,
as well to other people.
not me anymore. So from the start, there has been Joni who was trying to join here but was not able
Let's
to.
say hi to Yoni. This to
Yeah, so he's doing our backstage
okay.
managing, and he's the one who cooks really good food for the bands. And then we have Henry, who's been also from the day one with us. He's doing all the driving and arranging all the transportation for the bands. And then we have guys who have been now with few years with us since 2019, I think. Ville, who is like our technical supervisor at the moment, and
Yeah.
Sami who's doing just whatever he's giving to do. So yeah, and then Yaki is the latest one. He joined like 2 years ago. He doesn't even live in Helsinki, but like yeah, we yeah, it's we have now 6 people, I think. who are like in the core, but then we have a small circle of volunteer people who just come and help us during the festival.
Yeah, and of course, there is a lot to see as well in the festival scene, that sometimes festival ask for volunteering, which is a beautiful thing, that you as a festival organizer allows to people like me and everyone to just join to the festival, just volunteering. It's a good way just to as well, just make connection. And of course, I mean, the festival started, like you were saying, around 2016. So it was with local band. When we could say that you had the first open, more like just say bands spreaded more like as well, maybe, I don't know, big national band or even abroad, bands from abroad.
It was as soon as possible. It was 2017.
The next year.
Yeah, the next year. It kind of fell onto our lap. We weren't supposed to do a second edition ever. We were like, okay, this was fun. It was a one-time thing. But then Toni Taleva, who used to be part of Tuska Festival like years back in the first editions, he was like, hey, you guys should do another edition. Like, I can hook you up with a venue, which then went under before the festival happened. So we were moved to this nightclub in Helsinki. So it was really like off-putting place in a way to have a festival, but we did that. We had bands from Sweden. We had Interment, Pyre from Russia. I don't think we're gonna see them anymore. But they were a really good band. But then we had Cruciamento, was kind of a band that just fell in our lap. They were gonna play in Finland anyway, so we just made the show to our festival. And I don't remember, was there any more foreign bands? Yes, there was Lectern from Italy, actually.
Really?
That's a show that people are still talking about.
Something weird happened, because with Italian bands, always something weird happens.
Yeah, definitely.
They complained about something because we complain, I complain. So someone complained.
People are still talking about that show. It was one of those stick to the memory forever.
So you already answered to the question, like, which is one of the memories you have about the festival. But of course, I mean, like, how is that? Because of course, everyone in a festival, you just see the outside point of view. So you see technician. It's not easy at the festival seeing the organizer, because you're really good to mimetize with all the people. I never saw the organizer. I sometimes spoke with the organizer, never met them in the festival, but behind so in the backstage, just behind everything, when you start to plan about the organizing the festival, how is the atmosphere? I mean, from just to go into the research of the band, or just the applying, because sometimes bands applying as well. How is all the atmosphere? It's like a family. Sometimes you have like a fight discussion.
Nowadays, it's like I get a lot of I have now for next year's edition that we have not even announced. There will be a next year edition. Because why not? But like I already have like a lot of applications. I have a lot of good bands in there, and I have a lot of horrible bands in there. So
they just don't say.
No, we get a lot of applications. I go through all of them. So
it's hard.
I don't answer like even like 10% of them, because there's a lot of them. So
of course.
I don't have the time anymore. But
it's important, like you said, that you listen to all of them, because that's as well important to the people, that the bands that they maybe watching this interview and maybe they didn't get the chance to play. They had at least knowing from you that you just listen. It's important as well.
Yeah. I check all the bands, and I always share the bands with the rest of the organizing crew, and we're going through like which we liked, which we did not like, and is there something in this that people might like.
Yeah, of course.
But like our motivation or plan of working is like has been from the day one, is that we want to incorporate new bands and old bands, current bands. Like, so you can look at our lineup for this year example. There's Malformed, who is like, I think they're played now for a year together or something like that. Really new band, really young guys. and then there's Benediction Cancer, Godforsaken, who have been there.
I mean, everyone knows Benediction and Cancer Go.
Yeah, and then there's bands like Corpsest, who are like the more current,
Band.
like, yeah, internationally recognized superstars of Finnish death scene. Yeah.
I mean, but of course, you mentioned that the last edition, so it's gonna take place. I mean, this weekend basically, Saturday,
Yeah.
Sunday, so the 18th and 19th.
Starting tomorrow.
I mean, you will start to work immediately. I mean, you already think you started to work about the last edition. You mean you said that you already started to work like in the field?
Yeah, actually, we have like this city-owned venue, so everything is in place 24/7. So we don't really have to build anything, which is a huge relief. We just bring in backline. The others say we have 2 stages. We have to build the second one, but that will happen in the morning or Friday morning. And yeah, then when the doors open, everything should be ready and playing.
And I mean, until now, because of course, especially the venues and the organization have really, let's say, had even the musician, but I think mainly people who I mean, the places and the people behind where the music happened had a kind of little bit of tough period with the COVID situation. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, and I see from your face that like, yeah, fuck, you should help it.
Yeah, it still hurts. Still hurts.
Still hurts. It's like an heartbreak.
Yeah, but when we still managed like to do some kind of event every year,
Really?
despite COVID. Yeah. The first summer we had we had to reduce the capacity, so we used to do this like Helsinki Death Fest 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 5th event was cancelled. It's still heartbreaking. We lost Exhumed. That's something I would like to get back at some time. But then we did this Helsinki Death Fest 4.5.
Okay.
So yeah, it was reduced capacity to 100 people seated.
Yeah.
So yeah, then we did like all kinds of crazy stuff. Like we had 45 minutes of noise set from Oxen. So dude just opened the briefcase and everything started crunching, and he was just standing there for 45 minutes. That was awesome.
These are the really good things that I think as well, like as an organizer of festival and as well as a musician, make you feel like your effort is worth it.
Yeah.
But in general, how the people react to the festival in general, like because of course being there for a lot of edition right now means that it's going really great.
Yeah.
So it's going to be bigger and bigger.
Well, yeah, we're in a position where we are established festival. People know who we are, what we do, but we are still like very small festival in a Finnish scale. So, like for example, this last week is the peak for our ticket sales. So we are always have to wait for the last week to really see where this is going or this is going anywhere. So which is kind of frustrating, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Festival, I mean, it's always one of the best settings for people for having fun. Events are beautiful always, but festival you can really breathe. That is, I mean, you know better than me that the smell, the air, the scent of the festival. But how is structured the Helsinki Death Fest? I mean, like you have many stages, one stages, two stages.
We have two. We have one inside and one outdoors.
Okay. And there's like I don't know, it's camping site.
No, it's in a very middle of Helsinki. So
I've camping all around, like a lot.
That might be illegal, but yeah, no, it's very. This is a city festival, so yeah, and most of the activity happen inside. So
yeah, but of course, like a word, the word say that of the name, like Death Fest, meaning that you're kind of looking for more the death scene, or even all around, like a little bit more extreme or more into the classical, like for example, possessed death metal.
Yeah, we're very strict with who we book. Like for example, we have all these years this is the 7th year we're doing this, and we have had one black metal band performing in our festival, and that was one of the COVID editions. So we keep it strict. We take death metal, but we also take like punk bands who are very close to death metal in a way, and we break it. Yeah, we don't do like just one style of death metal, or like some festivals you see in Central Europe. We would just take like basically just bands who are playing with Swedish style or something like that. We take every kind of death metal band we can think of and try to incorporate them together, so it makes the lineup, it doesn't feel dull. When if you watch all the bands, you don't feel bored at any point.
Exactly, because you have even the smallest that metal influences, which can be that trash, for example, which a good band is Diet right now, with David Alefson and Guillermo Miranda from Entombed. They were
I'm not that band, but I have to check it.
Check it. They're really going really great. They are a little bit more, of course, you heard from the mainstream, because if you go more for like the you can say the underground scene, the band you pick up are perfect because they are from the mainstream, but they are the history. Because come on, Cancer is history, Benediction is history, and I will say all the time, since the moment I started to listen Cancer, that was the band, one of the bands that are perfect. I wish to see them live. Next time you pick them, let me know. I'm gonna take a flight to be.
You're very well.
But in general,
they're playing on Saturday, so
Saturday I'm playing. So that's what I wanted to ask you. How is the running order set for this edition?
Yeah, it's it's always like the kids start. So Malformed is going to be the first band because it's like a how to say, like respect kind of thing. You can't put like already established band to play first on Friday.
Okay, of course.
Always a kid slot, and then I try to be diverse with everything. So like
sure.
Saturday is a tricky day because you already have one day behind. So you kind of want to get the people inside early. So that's why we have Asphodelo starting Saturday. So I'm hoping that they are the band that will get people come early.
Yeah, because sometimes there are people that just go. I mean, just going to the festival early because, of course, maybe it's, I don't know, the younger people just go, and sometimes you have the late people like they came just at the end.
It's like it's so often like it doesn't matter what you do. Some people will always show up like 3 bands in or something like that. But I'm trying to I'm always looking at the lineup and trying to be like build it so that there will not be like a band that will feel like neglected by the audience. Like if I feel like there's a band who doesn't have like traction or foothold in a way, so I won't like put them first. So what they will like, so there will be someone seeing them, so people won't just keep them because they don't know who they are.
Exactly. But sometimes in especially it's a good way always come at the beginning of the festival, because even if you're just looking for the headliner, musician, you just listen, you find out a lot of interesting band, even if they are at the beginning or new, because there is a beautiful new scene in all kind of genre right now. It's kind of wave of everything.
So, we have this good example for already. We booked this Swedish band Black Wound for this edition, and I didn't know about the band before they contacted me, but apparently they were in the audience last year. So I was like, okay, well, you can play this year, because I checked their material; it was really good. And now everyone in Finland is talking about Black Wound, and they want to see the show.
That's cool. So, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna write them for
guys. Everyone's the show,
Yeah, because that's how you find out as well. Because sometimes they are from audience too. So of course, and I mean, in general, there are kind of memories that in all these editions, in general, one memory that you really had, that could be funny, or some memories that was like, I don't know, that you really cherished, that was like, fucking, I did it was beautiful, that you really had of all these editions.
Yeah. like it, always the number one memory will be the 2019 or was it 2018 edition where 2018 when Blood Incantation lost all their gear, and then Henry had to drive with them around Helsinki and pick up like corresponding
Yeah,
gear so they could play the show.
yeah.
That was a nightmare for a while, but it turned out well, and I think the festival was awesome. And the 2019 festival has to be like one of the best atmospheres ever. It was humid and rainy day, and inside was like the walls were just like there was just water flowing from in, and it was I
Chaos.
don't know. Well, all the bands were just so fucking killer, and a lot of people in there, and it was I don't know. It's undescribable in a way.
That's
You had to
beautiful.
be. Yeah.
But just you already mentioned that you start to work at for the next year edition.
Yeah. In a way,
Yeah,
just
yeah, of
like
course.
yeah.
Of course, we're not going to announce everything because it's top secret. But for what could you say? There will be some changes, or what can attendees, people, can expect?
I think at this moment we are as a festival we are at a point where if we change things we have to change the venue, which is something that we don't want to do because we love the place we are now, and we are not exactly also in a position where we can grow too much anymore because this is a niche genre in Finland. No matter how many bands we have, it's still hard to get like 400 people who listen to this kind of music in the same place, for one weekend. So yeah, I wouldn't like expect drastic changes, but every edition is different because we find out that this was not too good this year. We try to do that better next year and like try to evolve in
Yeah.
different ways. Yeah, so something will be different, but I don't know what it's gonna be. So this coming weekend is gonna show it.
So just really to just make like a kind of summarize everything. So
Yeah.
the 18th and 19th is gonna be the Helsinki Death Fest.
Yes.
And where is gonna be exactly the location?
Tiivistämö Suvilahti. It's
Okay.
the same town where Tuska Metal Festival is held. So it's easy to find.
It's of course.
Yeah.
And I mean, Boston is Helsinki, so you can get lost in some small country. I mean, it's the main. And like we say, the headliner are Cancer Benediction, and there's a lot of other band, which is so can heard at the festival. Don't miss the just make some advertising. And I mean, at the end, just really like, how do you feel? I mean, you are a musician, you're organizer. How does it feel? I mean, because of course you understand the needs of a band as well. So,
Yeah.
but as well, you understand the responsibility of organizing. So, how does it feel all having of this all new? Because it's a lot.
It's a lot, and I really dislike playing my own festival, but I'm doing it this year. I'm trying to do it. So in worst case, it's gonna be like I'm at the stage thinking like, oh shit, I have to do this. I have to get going. But I have like 20 minutes showtime left. So I'm trying to avoid playing at my own festival, but at the same time, my own festival is the number one platform for death metal in this country. So I'm gonna play it every now and then.
It's a first platform. You said yourself. It's a first platform in Finland for death metal, and it's huge because everyone forget that death metal it's one of the biggest scene, the main scene in Europe. No matter everyone what we can say.
So, yeah. It's very small in Finland. People like more like disco metal these days.
Yeah, well, we have it here with the horrible music that I even don't mention that because your ear will bleeding, believe me. So,
yeah, I know that's fucking dwarf band. What is it? Let's not talk about it. It's horrible.
yeah, I mean, as well. Yeah, sure. For real, especially from Naples. If you try to Google music from Naples, you will kill me the next day. Look me for like all around it. The fuck are you? I'm gonna kill you. But of course, Ilkka, I wanna just so since we are really at the end of the interview, I really appreciate the time because I really enjoy doing it, and it's interesting to doing this interviewing with organizer because as a press and I was before an organizer, I understand better what is bigger because of course I made myself accreditation, like for as I'm a press photographer, and I understand what does it mean sometimes really to say I'm sorry, I can't give you the accreditation, but you can come and take the picture and do whatever you want. I understand that. It's not easy. And I understand even better. And it's a way for all the people outside as well to understand and to know more about the festival. And I have to say thanks as well to Turo, because he's the one who creates all the time the connection.
Yeah.
He's a really good musician and singer, really a lot. And so hope to see you in the next edition then, because it's next year. I have more time to plan.
Yeah.
And it will be fun. I mean, I deserve.
You are very welcome. I will do some good bookings, I hope.
If you need everything, just let me know, because I have connections with someone as well.
Yeah.
So it's always a pleasure, because in music, if we don't help each other, who else does it?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a tough word that you know better than me. So we have to just stick together. Thank you so much, Ilkka. And I will keep you posted and enjoy really this weekend. I will probably check on all the story on the social, or the event, and I will be struggling to not be there. I know, believe me, I know.
I will do my best and try to enjoy and to try to remember something, because last year's Friday I don't remember anything, but it was a lot of work. But yeah.
So, thank you so much, and I enjoyed this edition. Thank you for everything. Have a good evening. Bye.